Alright, so I got some Nicaraguensis babies that have been born, and you can see they're this 210 gallon aquarium, and we've got a mix of Africans in here with the Nicaraguensis, so it's kind of a little bit of a unorthodox combination, but here it is. I had a pair of Nicaraguensis back when everybody called them Nicaraguensis back 36 years ago. So anyway, so I had them in 91 and I was in the US Army and got activated for Desert Storm. And so I was going to be away for a year, so I had to completely shut down my tank. I had a 170 gallon tank with all kinds of cool stuff in it. And the Nicaraguensis I'd had just bred. And now, 30 some years later, I finally have kind of recreated what I had back then. I gotta tell you, the pair that I had back then were way more colorful than these guys are. Not that these guys don't look gorgeous, but frankly they're not as deep color tones as the ones I had back then. Don't know if it's because they're a little younger or what. But here's the funny thing, I got these guys probably only a month ago, and I just went to the pet store where they had them, and they didn't seem to be very thrilled about having them. They didn't seem to think they were very exciting fish at all at the pet store. They're like, how am I gonna unload these babies, right? So anyway, I went to the store and I said, well, I'll take that kind of colorful small one and the colorful big one, and odds were they'd probably be a male and a female if I picked a small and a big. And boy, I can't even believe how lucky I got, because here's not even a month later, these two were just companions from the beginning, and now they've paired up and created their first little bunch of fry. And I doubt that I'll keep any of the babies. It seems like they're not so much a fish that's in demand here, but it's just kind of cool to see them pair up. That's when their colors do come out better. And I do hope that as these guys get older, they'll get a little more color. But there they are with their little group of fry there, the pair, and just looking beautiful on this beautiful morning. Now, a minute ago, the male and the female seemed to be having a little bit of a clash. And now the female's just swimming around, and the male is covering the home turf here. Now they seem to be getting along better with each other. The behavior is a lot like my green terrors. They kind of do a teamwork effort here. And one will kind of guard the center part, and the other will watch for stragglers. And as the babies tend to venture out past the safety zone, their parents will pick them up in their mouth and spit them out again in the center place where they're guarding. So it's taken probably about a week or so since the first sign of mating activity, maybe 2 weeks actually since the first sign of mating activity. They dug a very deep hole in the sand here, and if you look over to the other side of this area here, you'll see they're in a fairly deep depression. They've dug out this entire corner behind the rock pile here, and the other fish don't seem too overly interested in getting in their way, which I think is kind of cool. I think fish recognize other fish when they're mating and have babies, and they realize they're not messing around. They're not just guarding their own territory, they're guarding their young, which is a whole different kind of guarding than territorial guarding. So we have period of time where the other fish somewhat respect the parents and realize what's going on, and will just instinctively keep their distance. And there's some fish that are less aware of that, like the dither fish I've got going on here. There are, I think, 6 giant danios coming through here. So you see there are schooling fish, much less intelligent, I would say, than the cichlids. But I use them because I believe they bring the other fish out into the open. So those will be the most likely to swim into the area with the fry, because they are pretty clueless. Okay, so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and a like. And I don't know how to pronounce Nicaraguensis first, the genus. Some people call them Nicaraguan cichlid, but again, I'm kind of old school, so you'll have to forgive me if I only go to Nicaraguensis. Spanish is my second language, and if you're from Nicaragua, don't say Nicaragua, you say Nicaragua. And if you're a Nicaraguan person, you say I'm Nicaraguensis. That's just the Spanish, of course, for Nicaraguan. So there they are, those tiny little fry.